Campfire chili. Yum yum. You know, when you're camping, there's nothing better than campfire food. And there's nothing even comes close to campfire food when it's my chili. So I'm going to show you how I make my chili. And it's really pretty simple. These are the ingredients that I'm using. 2 cans of pinto beans. A can of tomato soup, which you might feel that's unusual, but it works. A can of diced tomatoes. The cheapest cut of meat you can find. I mean, the cheaper the better. Don't go out and spend a whole bunch of money. Unfortunately, the place we went didn't have cheap cuts of meat, so we got the cheapest they had. Then one of my favorite ingredients, chorizo, which is basically Mexican sausage, some tomato paste, some onions, and some chili seasoning. I mean, you can put any kind of chili seasoning in you want, it doesn't matter. Now, it would be best if we did this on a Dutch oven, because we're going to do this over the campfire. But we don't have a Dutch oven, so we just got this radio pot, which might look discolored when we're done, but it'll work, and we'll at least have chili. Now, this will feed probably 4 people, maybe 5 people. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up this hunk of meat into small little bite-sized pieces, and basically what that is for is that's going to give you kind of a crunchy taste to the chili. Alright, you'll need a cutting board and a chef's knife. Now, chefs will tell you to cut, you know, any meat with a grain. Cut it with a grain, against grain, I don't care, don't matter to me, because all we're doing is we're just using this basically for crunch value. So what you want to do is you want to end up with some pieces about like that or smaller. Okay, so I'm going to cut this up and we're going to throw it on a frying pan and brown it, and then we'll be back when we're done with that. Alright, while the meat is browning, I'm going to put the other ingredients in the pan, and I don't waste nothing. So, baked beans, or not the baked beans, but the pinto beans. You open a can and just dump the whole thing in, liquid and all. I mean, it's seasoned. You don't need to drain this stuff out first. And then a can of diced tomatoes. Okay, again, waste nothing. Another can of beans. Can of tomato soup. Yeah, I know it sounds goofy, but it works. And we can actually put a little water in that if you want and rinse it out. Now when I do the tomato paste, I actually cut open both the top and bottom. I found that it comes out a lot easier that way, and I actually have never died from any metal shavings yet, so.
It's called a Dutch oven. Oh yeah, from the fire. Yeah, we want to get a small one. So.
Just take it and push it in like that. It's the easiest way for it to come out. Alright, so now we wait for the steak to be browned, and then we'll cook the chorizo, and then we'll be ready to throw it on the fire. Alright, and then here's the meat. You can see where it's kind of bite-sized. That goes in. Next goes the chorizo. You can either brown it in a pan, or you can just throw it into the pot like I'm going to do here. Either way is fine. Yeah, I know it looks gross, but boy, does it taste good. Okay, then just kind of mix things up. As best you can. And that chorizo will kind of dissolve here as you mix it and as you put heat on it. And then the last ingredient, of course, is just some chili powder. And as soon as the fire's ready, we'll take her over and throw her on the fire. Well, we've got the fire going now, so what we have to do is wait 20 minutes or so for it to burn down to some nice coals, and then we'll just set the pot on some coals. So we're just kind of waiting on Mother Nature right now. Okay, the last step is after the fire is burned down a little bit, is just to find a place to put the pot. And then we'll just stir it, and I got these little mechanical arms to pick it up. Okay, here's the final product, and just to put a little garnish on it, a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of cheddar cheese, and boy oh boy, we got a nice meal here. And you can't do better than campfire chili, especially my campfire chili. So try this recipe next camping trip and see what you like. See if you like it.